Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Shay, your local numerologist. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, share. Make sure you leave your comments and experiences below. And as always, happiness is the goal. So, for whatever reason, I have been moved to do numbers with one in the middle. So I removed all the double digits out of this deck. This is a one. I'm gonna put some numbers on the outside, see what we get. So we're going back to these 3-digit numbers. Let's see. 7, 1, 3. 7, 1, 3. All right, so let's talk about it. First, the number one is individualism. Being upright definitely tells me that it is some kind of manifestation type energy um, that spirit wants you guys to pay attention to. So the number 7 in reverse. A 7 in reverse normally reads to me as being hypercritical of yourself. And then with the 3 on the outside is definitely giving the information, giving kind of this energy that you have lost some kind of will to communicate the things that you want. So I do see some distractions here. And with the one in the middle, it definitely gives that spirit wants to remotivate you and move you toward your peace, I guess is the best way I could say it. So 7, I'm getting mistrust. I'm also getting devalue, right? So you may feel like you don't trust people. You may feel devalued, and it's time for you to stand on your own. The 3 being in reverse can represent miscommunication, but I'm getting like some kind of stop on communication. So for some of you guys, it is definitely how you talk to yourself, how you speak to yourself, the words that you use. Um, Maybe you can be a little bit negative towards yourself, and spirit wants you to move past that. For some of you guys, I get that you are too accepting of other people's negative energy. Like people like to talk shit and basically tell you who you are. Sounds like some gaslighting stuff going on here. And that is also making it difficult for you. So we have 2 blues here coming to an 8, and then pink. Blue is about the throat chakra. Man, lately I've been getting this blue as a third eye as well. So I really feel like you guys need to speak your mind, speak into your spirituality, have compassion for yourself. Don't be so quick to call yourself stupid or say, that was dumb, or be heavily critical of yourself. The more you know, the more you grow. Like, the more you know, the better you can do with your life. And you have to put forth the effort to kind of love yourself, even through the bad times, to tell yourself it's okay. You can do better. You can make it better. And this is not making excuses for mistakes, but at the end of the day, we do all make mistakes. This number comes to an 11. Okay, so 2 things. 11 is about a doorway, right? 11 is about being pushed through this cycle. If you think about it, 10 is kind of like spirit holding you back until you get your shit together. And 11 is kind of like this boost of energy, right? Through a connection with your guide. So that is very, very important. So a couple numbers here I see is 8, I see 4, including the 137, and then the number itself equals 2. So the 8 is about karma, and I really get this weird, like negative karma, something dealing with family. I feel like you guys have some kind of negative like mindset that has been implemented since childhood. One thing that I learned taking psychology is that when parents tell you that you're something, that's what you live up to. So if they call you dumb, if they call you smart, if they call you a criminal, if they say you're so nice, da 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 da, when you're younger, you are going to do everything to live up to that standard. Um, yeah, because they put it in your head that that's who you are, right? Children are different than adults. So when you become an adult, you have to kind of like fight those battles. The kids are outside playing right now. You kind of have to fight those battles of things that happened in your childhood, of the way that you were treated when you were young. So this is definitely this wayward type of thinking, this negative karma is passed down, right? This is something that you got from your family, from being young, whatever the case may be. I also get some kind of stopped flow, right? So right now you may feel like you are in some kind of limbo. I don't know why, but I feel like you're in some kind of limbo, like things are blocked on both sides. That you don't feel the energy and the love, and you don't have the words, the experiences, you don't have like the people you need in life in order to go forward. And a lot of that you are going to have to find within yourself. One thing that I learned when I moved out to the desert, I moved out here all by myself, and it was a very, very lonely time, and I was sad a lot. I was so sad. But I needed to get away from everything in order to really discover um, who I really was, right? And in life, sometimes you need to be alone in order to understand who you really are. When those influences are gone, when you're not worried about what other people think and what other people are going to say, who are you? Right? When you close that door and you don't have to answer to anybody at the end of the night, who are you? Who are you going to be? Right? A lot of people, I'm not saying majority of people, I'm saying a lot of people, they go home and they're so miserable, they want to make other people miserable. That's why we get trolls on the internet. That's why we get people who, create these podcasts and other things that are so negative, right? They are so down about their own people, and the people they're supposed to love or uplift, they're doing the exact opposite. That's why you get that, right? Because hurt people hurt people. Nobody's trying to spread negativity when they are happy, right? And we know the happiness is always the goal, right? And I'm going to tell you that, and I'm just adding this, I don't know why, but perpetuating negative energy is not going to make you feel positive. Now, I get it because I've been through some times where I'm just like, well, I'm all pissed off, so I'm gonna find somebody who is acting an ass and I'm just gonna go off on them. And that was satisfying. All right, and I'm saying that, I say that to say that we have all been there. We have all been in this space of negativity where we're just like, you know what? These people are doing, they're perpetuating this energy that I just got out of, and they need to be told about themselves. Well, there's another way that you could use that energy, right? You can also use that energy to uplift people who have been through the same things that you have been through, as opposed to going after people who are perpetuating that energy. Because if all you can do is talk or say something, you're not really going to change anybody's mind about being an asshole, right? So we have the number 4 here, which is about boundaries, right? And I get it. I get that you guys have struggled with boundaries, which I kind of feel like we all do, right? It doesn't matter where you from or like what class of person you are, like you were middle class or you were poor or you were upper class. Um, People are going to overstep their boundaries, whether it is family, relationships, jobs. They're going to overstep their boundaries. They're going to do whatever they want to do, right? And it's your job to put the boundary back up and say, hey, you're not allowed to cross. And hey, like, you can't do this, because there are repercussions for overstepping your boundaries in my life. I also get that there was some mis I'm getting misalignment with spirit, and this is due to having kind of like wayward boundaries. So you have allowed, it's kind of like allowing somebody to do things for so long that you kind of like doubt humanity, I guess. And not having faith in humanity is a surefire way to be misaligned with spirit, right? Because at the end of the day, we're all here to help our fellow humans, to develop our fellow humans, and also to develop ourselves, right? That saying, be the change that you want to see, to be the change that you want to see, is absolutely correct. You have every obligation to kind of be the person that you want everybody else to be. Like, you don't get to say, hey, everybody should be good and everybody should give back, and yet you're like, well, they're not doing it, so I'm not going to do it either, when you already know in your heart what you're supposed to be doing. So stand on your own 2 feet, and I'm getting to like stop bullshit from happening around you. Pull some trinkets. How many I got? Hey, what is this now? Is that a tiger? Okay, now. Let me just tell y'all what I learned about tigers not that long ago. I saw this thing where they painted stripes on um it wasn't, I learned about a tiger. This looks like a tiger though. But it was actually about a zebra. They painted zebra stripes on a cow, and the cow had 50% less fly bites, right? So, I'm getting like this energy of something being a distraction. But it's like a good distraction that prevents you from being bitten, right? So you guys are, well, I feel like you guys are moving away from this mess, right? I have to look up what tigers mean spiritually, because honestly, I don't know. Um, but anyway, with the tiger and the stripes, what I'm getting is that you are more than one thing. Um, you are loved more than one way. And there is no reason for you to feel like you have to put yourself in a particular box. So here we have a key, and we also have a peace sign. The key opens doors, okay? The key opens locked doors, to be specific. The key represents secrets, but it represents also your access to these secrets, your access to peace. Whatever the case may be, having peace in your life has been something that has always been a little bit like out of reach, right? Spirit's like, this is it's on you, right? Not like, oh yeah, it's your fault you don't have peace. No, but you have the capability, you have the opportunity to create peace for yourself, and this is what you really need to do, right? This is the way that you need to move forward. Now, this one always looks like mistletoe to me. Um, and like during Christmas time, you know, kissing under the mistletoe. But leaves also represent action, right? And right now, you guys, what I'm getting is that you've been giving somebody too much leeway, right? And my mind is saying kissing their ass, giving somebody too much leeway, giving somebody too much, like, I don't know, opportunity to like mess you over. And you need to break off communication with them. Even if it's temporary, people will treat you however you allow. And this person, people, this energy right here has not treated you as you deserve. So you need to move away from that. Right, I'm gonna pull some playing cards. So the first one out is the Four of Swords, right? So 4 and 7 is 11. So we're back to 11. Four of Swords is about kind of like meditation. It's also about rest, right? And I rarely read this card as rest, but it's coming out as rest. Some of you guys have been working yourselves too hard. Um, Respect the process, right? I feel like you'll see people talk about like, oh yeah, if you want to be more successful in life, sleep less, wake up earlier, blah 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 blah. It's all bullshit. It's bullshit. Do y'all really think millionaires ain't getting a full 6 to 8 hours of sleep? Are y'all really believing that? Why wouldn't they be getting all their sleep? Why wouldn't they? And and do you really want to journey through this life and you are working so hard, and once you hit that, so it's kind of like a perpetuating energy. So if you are working super hard, neglecting yourself, and not sleeping, not spending time with your family, not doing all these things to reach the certain goal of success, do you really think that those things are going to change once you hit that success? Or do you think that you're going to have to keep moving forward just like you have been? Do you think that it's all going to be over? It's not. And this is why I always talk about the journey being worth the goal. Because when you hit that goal, your journey is still going to continue, right? And you want it to be in the right direction. You want to make sure that you have loving people around you. And that's another thing. You can't take everybody with you. We have the King of Cups here. Now, I have mixed feelings on the King of Cups um, because he can be emotionally manipulative. But the King of Cups represents kind of like this holding his feelings back, right? Even here, he has his sword behind him, right? And then he is kind of like his hand is, it's kind of like he's taken aback. I don't know how else to explain it. And to me, he looks worried, right? In the normal, in the regular deck, the King of Cups is holding the cup in his hand. He's holding all of his emotions just right there, ready to use when he wants to use them. And if he's not going to, if it's not going to benefit him, the King of Cups is not going to tell you about his emotions. He's not going to express his vulnerability, right? And I get that in order for you guys to have peace, you are going to have to close your mouth about some things. Now, I am normally the person that screams, hey, communicate those things that you want. Say what you have to say. Make sure that, your truth is getting out there. But in this case, you guys don't have the right people around you. So when you express your emotions, it's almost like it's like people feel offended by it. They feel some kind of ill will towards you because of it. And you just do not need people like that around you, right? You know how it said people say a leopard never changes its spots. Well, a tiger ain't gonna change their stripes, right? And I get again this like distraction type of energy. Like you have somebody around you that likes to play games with your emotions, with your heart, and all of that, and it needs to stop. Damn, we got another four. And I talked about four earlier, y'all. Y'all know I did. So we got the Four of Wands, which is about happiness, kind of like success. I also get this energy of things being put on blast. Um, Glass is kind of like the see-through energy. Glass can be fragile, so I said glass, so that is how I feel about it. So Four of Wands, I feel that you guys are coming into a connection with somebody that can kind of raise your vibrations, or I should say, help you raise your vibrations because this is your life, right? And nobody can do things for you. But there are people out there that are absolutely like loving, caring, empathetic, wants the best for you, even if they don't know you. You know what I'm saying? Like, some people are just like, yeah, if you are not out here hurting people and tearing them down, you deserve the best in life. We're not here to judge how much makeup you work and wear, or if you do sex work, or if you, have an addiction, whatever the case may be. We're not here to judge that. 100%. I judge people based on how they treat other people. And if you're out hurting people, that's when you should be judged, right? If you're living your life to the fullest and you're not intentionally bringing other people down, I feel like you are who you are, right? And you deserve to live your life to the fullest, to follow your destiny, and nobody else can tell you what that is. Like, we can give ideas, we can give kind of suggestions, but that's not the way it works. So I got the chakra wisdom cards because for whatever reason, I feel like you guys, man, need to hear this. Okay. So the fourth chakra, heart chakra, came out. I was reminded of that because even though his hand is on the opposite side of the heart, it's still like the area where the heart chakra would be. And then we have these fours here. So bunch of fours. Four is important for you guys. So let's read this. Fourth chakra, heart chakra, radiate warmth and sincerity. I am open to sharing, accepting, communicating, and connecting with others as I focus on this moment, not the past or the future. A smile, a kind hearted way of speaking, or a hug goes a long way toward uplifting others. I offer care and support where I can without rescuing. I nurture and respect my relationships. All right, so what I'm getting is that Spirit doesn't want you to cut off all the love and affection that you have for people. Spirit wants you to be more selective with it, right? We can have empathy all day, we can love people all day, but if they're out there doing the wrong thing, then you can't support them. Like, you can't support people and hurting other people and bringing other people down. You just can't, right? And this is, I don't care what you believe in. If the things that you are spouting out of your mouth are hurting people, if the things that you do are taken away from people's health, you have to get away from them. And I honestly and sincerely feel like you are dealing with somebody who is kind of a little bit overzealous. And I hate to bring religion up, but it feels like a religious type thing. It feels like somebody is overly religious. Man, when I was younger, I worked with this girl, and she told me how she had a sister. So this girl that I worked with, I guess her boyfriend had asked her to move in with him, and she's like, no, we can't do that unless we're married. So that's what they decided to do. They decided to get married. Nobody in their early 20s should be married, and that's period. But then she talked about how her sister moved in with her boyfriend, and the pastor was yelling all of these things about how she was a whore and how she didn't belong in the church and all of these other things. And that is the story that I am left with for you guys, is that that's not right, right? Everybody does not believe in everything that you believe in, and that is okay. We all have our own journeys and shouldn't be subject to what other people think is right or what other people think is wrong. You have to decide that for yourself and really reevaluate how you feel about yourself, because you don't fit into this kind of category, right? Like you don't fit. So because you don't fit, the things that the things that are said and the things that are told to you, the rules and all of that, they're not gonna apply because they don't feel right. And if it don't feel right, it ain't right. Okay. So that's all I have for this reading, guys. 713, which I am almost positive is the area code. Yes, but that is all I have, guys. Make sure you like, subscribe, share. Remember, happiness is always the goal, and I will see you next time.